Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the monthly meeting of East Montgomery County Improvement District's Board of Directors. Today is Thursday, the 8th of September. We always begin with the prayer and the pledge. Director Heston will lead us in the prayer, and I'll ask Director Pearson if she will lead us in the pledges.
Bow your heads, please. Dear Lord, we just come to you tonight and just thank you for all the many blessings, the great country we live in. Just ask that you be with each board member here in attendance tonight, and all of our guests in the audience. Give them safe travel home. Just be with our family and friends, and just thank you for all the blessings. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge this flag. I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
The first thing.
We have one company to recognize tonight with some of our incentive agreements. Those include companies that create jobs for the kids and local individuals that live inside our district. We had an incentive agreement with Brewings, and if y'all been there, you probably enjoyed the wings and beverages and other things. So a lot of big screens to watch, and a great addition to our community when they first came here. Part of the agreement was that they would agree to hire at least 40% of their employees from individuals that reside within the improvement district boundaries. And we've gone through the audit process for the first year of operations, and they've hired 41% of their employees from individuals that reside within the district, meeting the requirements of our incentive agreement. This is the performance-based incentive agreement, so if they perform, then we agreed that we would remit 0.5% of 1% in sales tax back to that company. So we'd like to say thank you to Brewings this evening, and we have a check from them. Brenda, would you like to present that to them?
We will. This check will be in the amount of $11,725.39. If the board will gather over here, we will present the check and take a picture.
No wings, no food. You don't want to like turn you over. What? All right. Ready? All right. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. One more. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay, thanks so much.
Our weeks don't have any.
And no calories either.
Absolutely. You just can't swallow. Thank you, folks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Will do. Appreciate it.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is to consider comments from the audience, and no one has signed up to speak. So we will need to approve the minutes of the Board of Directors meeting held on August the 11th. So we would need a motion to approve those minutes. So moved. I heard a motion by Director Pearson and Director Rogers, I heard second. So we have a motion by Director Pearson and a second by Director Rogers. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor of approving the minutes? Unanimous, thank you. The next item is to consider the financial bookkeeping, cash flow, and investment reports. and taking any actions, including paying the current invoices. Good evening, Ms. Kay.
Good evening. How's everybody doing? You should have your supplemental bookkeeper report in front of you. The only change on that is the checks that were presented today. If you look on page 4, you see your checks 13,446 through 13,465, totaling $68,220.54. The remainder in the general operating account after those checks are dispersed will be $594,803.12. There's only a slight difference in your budget versus actual for the month of August because some of those invoices are on that list of checks, but everything on the rest of the report is the same, no changes. If you have any questions on either report, I'll be happy to answer them for you.
You said except for that check today, right?
The check that was presented tonight, I think was on a different report.
It was.
I believe it was last month.
Wasn't that check? Yes, we approved that last month.
What was that amount?
11,000, I said the amount, I don't remember, it was $11,725 or something. Thank you. Any questions? Okay, then we would need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve. I second.
Okay, a motion by Director Wetz and a second by Director Zepeda.
After we vote, I got a question.
Oh, well, we're discussing right now, so go ahead.
No, it's not on that.
Oh, okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Mr. Zepeda, Director Zepeda, thank you. Unanimous, thank you.
Okay. Used to, we would have a breakdown on what our monthly incomes was on our, that we received in our tax revenue. And we
On
could
the
keep
sales tax?
track of it. Is it in here and I'm
It is
missing?
not on these reports because the meeting's a little bit early this month, and sales tax usually gets here on the 8th or 9th or 10th. And it's not been received yet for the month of September. That's why it's not in these reports. The last report from last month had August on it already, so I just didn't repeat it.
Okay, good enough.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, the next item is to consider approval of appointments to Board of Directors of East Montgomery County Economic Development Corporation and the taking of any actions required in connection therewith.
Under the bylaws of the Economic Development Corporation, the EMCID board appoints 3 persons to that board, and then those 3 appoint 2 others, not more than one of which can be from the improvement, can be a member of the Improvement District Board of Directors. And then the 3 that are selected, well, I think it's 2 plus the chair, are selected by EMCID, serve until the board replaces them or they are no longer directors. And Isidore was one of the directors selected by the EMCID board to serve on the Economic Development Board. He is no longer on this board, so his term ends, and so there's a vacancy for you to fill.
Okay, and I would like to nominate Martin Zepeda to fill that position. So that would be my motion to nominate him, and I heard a second by Director Rogers. To appoint him to the Economic Development Corporation's board, and a second by Director Dale. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Director Rogers. Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. Okay, are there any announcements?
I have one. So the counseling department at Splendor High School just asked me to share with you guys that on October the 5th at 6:30 p.m. They're having a guest speaker at the high school. Their fall project is Rachel's Challenge. And I don't know if you know anything about Rachel's Challenge as an organization, but she was the first victim of the Columbine shooting, and her family, I guess in memory of her, has gone on to create this organization that essentially just is committed to positively impacting public schools and communities and passing on kindness as opposed to concentrating on bullying and trying to eradicate it. So the student government and the counseling department of Splendora have been working real hard all summer, and we've we've had teachers that have gone to those couple of workshops. There's an organizational meeting, Frank, on the 15th, that they were hoping you could attend. I'll get a time for you, they didn't have the time. But the community event is October 5th, 6:30, and I've been a part of that before, and it's a really good organization. It's worthwhile if you guys can clear your calendar and do that.
And where will it be held?
The October 5th meeting is at Splendor High School.
Okay, at the high school.
And I'll get something to Tara on that too.
Okay. Anybody else? Yeah.
There are two events coming up at the college. One is Monday night at 7 o'clock, and it's in the Student Conference Center. It's called Community Unity, and it was organized actually by one of our police officers. And there's a panel of police officers, several pastors, including Harris County Sheriff's Department, that are just having an open discussion with the community about community policing and how we developed more in sync messaging, and given what all's taken place in the last couple of years.
And that's Monday the 12th?
That's Monday the 12th at 7 o'clock in the Student Conference Center. The other is September the 17th, so next Saturday. That is our Stellar Evening at 7:30 in the Music Instructional Building. That is a great performance put on by our music faculty, and there's humor, there's drama, there's all kinds of things, but it showcases just their talents, and it's always kind of fun. Tickets are cheap, they're like $20 a ticket, and that goes for student scholarships.
And that was what time?
That's at 7:30 on the 17th in the music instruction, actually in the music hall.
That's it.
Yes, both are at Lone Star College Kingdom.
Okay, any other announcements?
Yes, I have an announcement about Academy. On the 22nd, they're having a ribbon cutting. There's not a time been set yet. Rick was supposed to set that up. The 23rd, they're having a soft opening. And on the 30th will be the grand opening. So come see me.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
Yeah, just a couple of things to point out to you. For those of you that were there this morning, thank you very much. The one photograph you see up here is the Hoop Club, the EMCID Hoop Club. So we were there with Commissioner Clark opening the new basketball courts that our community development grant, we partnered together with Montgomery County. So the old tennis courts that I don't think we had many tennis players out there very much, but now they've been converted to basketball courts. There's Leonard. I'm sure that was an air ball. I'm not sure.
Went in the air.
Maybe that one went in. I don't know. But in any event, it was a nice event to get some basketball courts in the area instead of the tennis courts that weren't used much. And then the other thing to point out was we went over and looked at the new. I guess the two speeders were pretty much being Scott. We're kind of worried about it, but we went over and looked at the new speed detection program that they have with their equipment. And so that's the equipment that was purchased with the grant with the constable's office. They have 2 units, and they'll be put out around East Montgomery County. Another important aspect of this, I don't know if y'all are aware or not, but one of the things that we want to utilize it for is also to do traffic counts. As an example, we'd like to know traffic counts maybe on 1314, 1485 at certain times, Gene Campbell, maybe the Grand Parkway. So this type of equipment can also be used for doing traffic counts for us to look at demographics and other things. So, but you'll see this equipment out and about around the area. So that's the speed detection devices that, early speed abatement devices that the constable's office has purchased with the grant from you guys. So
And I got a text message from Rowdy that when that was put up, a lady was doing 10 miles over the speed limit and she pulled over.
Yeah.
She pulled on her on the side.
Yeah, I was supposed to say.
It was going to flash it red and blue, yeah.
Can't see it really from that.
And she pulled over. So, yes, ma'am.
The 1st of October is the Sawmill Festival from 10 to 10, and it includes the Texas Lumberjack Championship. I don't know what time that championship is, but that's going to be an exciting event.
Yes. Anybody else have any other announcements? Okay, if not, we will recess to executive session to discuss real property matters pursuant to section 551.072 Texas Government Code, pending or contemplated litigation pursuant to section 551.071 Texas Government Code, matters in which the duty of the attorney to the district under the Texas Disciplinary Rules of Professional Conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflict with chapter 551 Texas Government Code pursuant to section 551.071 Texas Government Code, and economic development negotiations pursuant to section 551.087 Texas Government Code, and we are in recess at 6:49. You ready? Okay, we're back in session. It's 7:52. The next item on our agenda is to consider the status of the development of the district's 12.85 acre site, and including the construction and improvements of the district's office buildings. Mr. Joe? Is that you? That's not you, that's going to be from.
Yeah, just so you're aware, we've had some discussions in regards to suitability of our facility here, and then looking at a new facility. We've had our facility committee meet with an architectural firm and kind of come up with some general basic parameters as far as what we're looking for, if in fact we need to move at some point. And not sure how much y'all wanted to delve into that conversation tonight, but maybe the next thing to do is to get just some basic renderings put together, and then following some proposed renderings, then have a community meeting and get some input from the community in regards to if that would be a good avenue to go down in the future. If that would be what you guys would like to do, we'll pursue that and continue to bring some information to you in regards to that.
Okay. Okay, the next item is the report on the activities within the industrial park. And I guess, Joe, you're going to take A through H.
Bunch of.
Down to H.
Sir?
Alright, first item, is status of the dirt cell. I've talked to E-Controls again, and he's talking to his contractor, trying to negotiate a price on hauling. He's still in the game to buy dirt. You know, with these new people coming in, we will sell some dirt. You know, not just that one cell, but you will have some other cells. The next one is status of road construction with Quadvest. The ditch construction should be complete mid-October, and that means that the final grades will be done and the roads beds will be at grade, so he can come in and put the roads in. And like I said, he'll probably start that about mid to late October. The next item C is the sanitary sewer, water in section 4 sanitary sewer and water. We took bids on October 19th, and we got 5 bids, and the low bidder was Clearwater Construction. They're out of Cypress. And there's a bid tab that's attached here if you want to look at the bids we received. The bid was $721,522.65. We've had a lot of experience with Clearwater. They've done a good job in the past, and you know, I wouldn't hesitate recommending them to you.
Is the 12
Joe?
1295?
No, we haven't done a contract with them yet.
water utilities.
Yeah, it's the first bid tab,
You said how much you said that was?
792,909. I checked against the section 3 prices. I'm sorry, 721,522. I checked it against the section 3 prices, and they're actually a little bit lower on water and sewer.
I don't see that price.
Third page.
First page.
First or third?
Third. The total is bottom of the third page.
721, 522, 65. One more.
I see a 721.
That's it.
Yeah, 7.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Judge.
721, 522, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
65.
65.
65. I can't read them already.
It's cold.
So do we need a motion to,
Well, David says we need a 1295, ethics deal.
okay, so we can't.
So I guess we'll secure it for,
Can defer until you.
yeah, I mean, it's no problem getting it.
No.
We'll defer it till the next meeting. Okay.
I mean, that's fine.
No, we can't vote to approve until they have the 1295 in place.
Yeah, if you have a special meeting, we can bring it up then.
Yes, okay.
You can start doing the contract.
Hey, Jacob, did this go out before that ruling came out?
No.
Did these bids, they didn't, I mean, they went out after the ruling?
Well, I because you didn't vote on it before they changed that rule.
No, so we have to wait. We'll just defer it until the 1295 is
I was
secured.
unaware you had to have a 1295 even to, or the county,
Yeah.
vote on it, so.
No problem.
It's a new rule to me too. I mean, we're getting through change orders and which I'll bring one up to you in a minute,
Mhm.
which is a zero change, but we still have to pull it.
Okay.
The next item is the section 4 roads, and we got 4 bids, and the low bidder was Angel Brothers. 792,909 even. And of course, we've had dealings with Angel Brothers, but we're gonna ask you to not vote on that bid. You couldn't anyway now, without 1295, but, we're trying to talk to the county about maybe joint venturing the road bed and the road surface. So there's a 90-day hold on these contracts anyway, so once we get through that, see if they're gonna do anything, if it works out for you, if it's cheaper, then we'll come back.
Okay.
Okay, but we did take bids, and that, the bid cabinet was asked on that. Section 3 and section 4, we'll get it done now that we got these plans finished. You know, you're gonna build it, so that's the deal on that. So it's just a matter of submitting and getting it signed. The next item is the wastewater lift station. And I want to take both of them together. The next item is the water and sewer for Quad West. The water and sewer is now 90% complete. It's got all the water on in. It has not been tested. It's just that point that it hadn't been. It's got the connection to the lift station, which is item 4. Now we can finish off the lift station and, you know, make sure it's running and finish it off and get it done. We did have a change order on the lift station. And what the change order was for was because of the realignment of some property out there, and there was the electrical pole in the way. We moved the entrance over a little bit and also gave you more access to the drill site out there. Well, it resulted in a zero change order, but we still got it documented. So that kind of needs to be approved. And we also have pay application number 1 on the water and sewer, which was $184,1906, and we're withholding 10%, $20,446,655.
and we're asking you to approve that tonight.
That was paid
Water and sewer,
Water and sewer is paid by these three, so they don't have to.
water and sewer is paid by EMCID.
Oh, it's these green.
This is drainage.
That's pissed.
So we need a motion to approve the change order, and we need a motion to approve the payment.
Yeah, I think we've got that.
You have 1295?
Not with the change order, not the, you'll need to get it to you before they approve that. Do you have to have one on pay application now too?
No, just on the change order.
I'd
Okay, so
approve
we'll
the pay
defer the change
application.
order.
The change order is zero, it's more for county purposes on the job. So I would just prefer the change order, approve the pay application.
Okay,
So just approve the pay estimate.
okay. So we need a motion to approve the payment.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Director Carlisle and a second by Director Pearson. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous, thank you.
Okay, H is, your new sign at the industrial park. I don't know if y'all got a chance to go by it, so.
Joe's right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. We, have not recommended paying them yet because see the lights sticking out. We can't find the electrical cables. We called them and they said, we'll be out and show you where they're at. They're hidden somewhere in the sign. So we emailed them, I got a response back, said they'll be out there to show us. But until they show us, I'm not recommending you pay them. Because that's the only hole we got. I don't know where they're at. We can't find any evidence, but they say they're there.
Okay.
So we'll find out. And then we'll finish it off. We'll do, the crummy fence, we're gonna take that down. We talked to the people at the rock company, worked out with them how we can do that, make it look presentable.
Right, okay.
It'll look a lot better once we finish it.
Plus it's in the way, like when you drive, you can't see the arrow.
Yeah.
Can we raise it? Raise the sign above the building that's next to it? He built that building after the
Yes.
sign. Well, he should pay to raise it then.
Anybody have any questions for Joe? Okay.
Well, I've got a few more.
I'm so sorry. Please continue.
The next one I have is, can I skip? I'll skip over.
Yes, yes, please.
Is L, the general ballistics project.
Yes.
The plans are done. This is the plans. Everything is ready to bid with one exception. It's going through the review with the, what's called an explosion guy, but it's actually the hazardous material handler guy. Once he does that, we're ready to bid. So I'm gonna tell you it'll be out to bid within 2 weeks. That's what the buildings look like. Some other stuff is all here. That's the front and the back, side. Got some doors he's gonna come in, we'll wax those doors. Windows along that side, he said. So, and we work real close with Vance, the guys can occupy.
Mhm.
He's real happy. Work plan also. His office is here, and then he's got several offices here, there's a restroom, got a little coffee bar kind of deal. This is where they actually do all the work here. He's got these stations on, it's up to these are bunkers around here, that stuff, and storage lockers. happy with the way it's laid out. Y'all want to look at the plans here? That's what's going on.
Great.
You know, when you bid these things, it'll be bid as, you know, a lump sum building, and then we'll have, allowance, we'll set an allowance for landscaping, fencing, and irrigation. I don't know what to set that up yet, but I thought, it'll show up and give us
Very good.
Joe, is that the front of the building? So which side is the range going to be on?
a be over here.
There's supposed to be a little building out there too, right?
Yes.
Well, that, I don't even know if that really looks in there. It's a little bunker. No, it didn't show up in there, but it's actually going to be over here, right by the range.
Very good.
Question?
Anybody have any questions about them? No?
Y'all want to look at them? These will be up here on the.
Yeah, well, perfect. Thank you. Is that the last of yours, or you got anything else? Sorry.
I wish it was.
No, I didn't know. Okay.
Hey, sending Joe down the river.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Okay, the next one is the range, and, you know, you told me that you don't want to bid the range till after this was bid, so probably sometime right after this, we'll be able to bid that.
Okay.
And, only got 2 more, so be quick. Swindor splash pad still on schedule, or as I know, I haven't heard anything from anybody, it looks fine, I mean, they're putting stuff and going to town on it.
How's that part of the day looked at?
Is it looking,
Well, wasn't nobody working on it, so,
did they have the little equipment in yet?
no.
That's the next deal, that's what they're waiting on, they
The-
did the recirculation stuff.
They had the pumps, the little pump station and stuff set up there, but that's all they had. And they got a tunnel going on in the bottom.
The next one is Roman Forest, and we, gave them the go-ahead Tuesday on that. We've got submittals, we're signing, sending back. They should be back to them tomorrow, hopefully. And so they're going great guns on it too. So you should see some activity in your, up there. And other than that, that's it.
Okay.
Any questions?
Any questions for Joe? Okay, thank you.
Sorry it took so long.
That's okay. I didn't mean to run you off. Okay. The next item is going to be starting at I, so I guess that's for you, Frank.
Item I, you guys have a small local business called EMCID. Probably had an opportunity to eat there several times. One of the main issues that they're looking at is in expanding and improving their current facility is the parking lot. I know I've dodged the same hole several times. Kind of have my name on it, but they're looking at making some improvements to the building. And by doing that, meeting with the owner in regards to some of the things that they're looking for, we recommend that we look at doing a $12,000 incentive agreement with them, and then a $10,000 loan from the EDC to assist them with working capital needs. And then in return for that, they'll look at hiring 1 additional employee over the next 2 years that would reside from inside the district. And then also in their efforts to support education in the area, they'll agree to provide $500 a year over a 6-year period into the Scholarship Foundation for our local students.
Okay, so we would need a motion to approve that incentive agreement.
And Frank does have the 1295.
Frank does, thank you. Frank does have a $12.95. Okay, a motion by Director Carlisle, second by Director West. Is there any discussion?
Frank, you do the $12.95?
My goodness, yes.
Okay, all in favor?
Good work, Frank.
Unanimous, thank you. Okay.
Item J, we got another business in the district looking to continue to grow and expand. in their expansion efforts. Backview Brewing has done a great deal of work. Many of you have been there and kind of seen the facility that they have, and with their growth and expansion, with what they're doing and continuing to grow. We'd recommend providing a $15,000 incentive a year for the next 3 years. And then also, they'll agree to make a scholarship contribution of $1,000 a year for the next 5 years. And then maintain their existing employees and add an additional employee from within the district within the next year.
Okay, so we would need a motion. Thank you. Director Pearson has a motion and a second by Director Hessen, and they also have the $12.95.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All in favor? It's unanimous, thank you.
And nothing on item N.
Actually, can we go back a second to K? We skipped over.
Journalistics.
We've had this agreement out there. They have finally signed it, so it's ready for your approval soon. And we have to be able to sign agreement, and the 1295, we just never got board approval on the agreement. So we could approve that tonight.
Okay, so we need a motion to approve the incentive agreement with General Ballistics.
So,
A motion by Director Carlisle,
second.
a second by Director Del Martin. And any discussion on that?
This is a lease agreement on the building?
Yes.
This is the build to suit, and yes, and the lease and the option.
The building you're looking at right there, the Joe's.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
I did, I thought we already did that, we didn't do it.
We just never approved the agreement because we couldn't, it was delayed coming back from, what's his name, the guy that did it?
Yeah, Vance.
Vance.
It just took a while to get it back. Yeah.
Actually, finally got it.
Okay.
Okay, so all in favor? Unanimous, thank you.
Okay, moving on, skipping N, nothing to report on item N, and then moving to item O. New Caney Customs LLC is a locally owned business looking to move out to the industrial park. If you look at the rendering up on the wall there, we're looking to sell them a 1.9 acre tract of land, which is adjacent to Gene Campbell Boulevard. We have the business owner here tonight, Holger Bussler. And most of you all got to say hello to him at some point this evening, and look forward to helping a local resident of the area expand their business and create more opportunities in our industrial park for growth in the future. And with this building, one of the things we're looking at doing, what we recommend this evening is for New Caney Customs to require to build at least a 5,000 square foot facility. Construction needs to start before February of 2017. And they need to be occupying the building in a business open before December of 17. And with it, they're going to add one additional employee from within the district within a 2-year period. And then finally, look at a contribution into the Scholarship Foundation of $1,000 a year for 6 years. And then also, we're providing $10,000 in incentive upgrades for infrastructure improvements toward technology upgrades in the building. So $10,000 grant toward the business. And these, all these things are contingent upon successful financing of the business and for the facility to be constructed. So look forward to helping New Caney Customs get them a new site and helping them grow and bring great things to the community. We have a 1295. And one thing that's different about this project that you haven't heard with other businesses at the industrial park, just so you're all aware, is Holger has actually a retail component to his business. So the front portion of the building that will be facing Gene Campbell Boulevard, there could be people that come in off of Gene Campbell and actually be buying retail product, even though it's a warehouse operation. So retail sales coming from business in an industrial environment is a bit unusual. But that's the model he has in his business, and we're very excited about that. So that's for your consideration this evening.
Okay, so we would need a motion to approve this incentive agreement. I'm sorry, I didn't see, Director Wetz made the motion, and second? Okay. Director Zepeda seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah, on the sale, I'll ask him, he can, on the sale that he sells, that you send to different states? Like you do internet sales or, is there, do you have a tax base to some of that, sales that you have to that, the Texas sale tax or?
Yeah, I have to, I can,
Please.
I have the Texas sales tax, so everything is taxed with the sales tax, not the online. So if I sell something online in Texas, they charging sales tax. And of course, when I'm selling in my retail store, I have a lot of, a few now, cut a little bit down right now. I was going out of my current rent and moved back to the house. And but I still have customers coming back. So customers are most time right now shops, big hot rod shops, they're working on cars. They now I have it in stock while I'm selling it online. So for that I need to have everything in stock. And I now am the only one in the Houston area that high of stock for classic cars. So I also go to trade shows. I have a big retail trailer, so I do that also. But I see the demand on the retail shop, and I see everybody's working on something, old car, and so people, they don't know right now where to go. They go online, and I like to keep it. I mean, I even have people that buy it online at my place and want to come by. So it's they look online and buy all the kind of stuff. But I think with that location, it's perfect. People, I can really say, okay, it's easy to find, and I look really forward to that. And
We're looking forward to it.
But I'm the sales tax is Texas sales tax. But I don't think it's fair right now with the internet sales tax. Why if somebody out of state, Louisiana, buys it, he buys it cheaper than one he buys it in Texas. But I cannot do anything about it.
Anybody have any other questions for him? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If there's no further discussion, all in favor of approving this incentive agreement? It's unanimous, thank you. We look forward to working with you, sir.
Thank you.
Is that the last one you had?
Yes, on the incentive
Okay,
agreements, yes.
okay. Okay, then the next item will be to consider the status of the splash pad in the city of Splendora, and I think Joe's already touched on that one. Okay, and the splash pad in the city of Roman Forest also.
What's spec up was that, if you don't mind? On Splendor price pad. We've had 3 different opening days now. They're not going. You don't think they'll have it open for next year now?
No, I think in September is what they said. Yeah, the big deal was putting equipment in. The other big deal was just getting delivery on the toys.
Yeah.
I think everything pretty much is there, Leonard.
Well, I was there today, that's why I'm asking. I looked at it today, I went all over the pad, and it looked like they've got everything in place. It's just that,
the end of September, and I talked to them this week, they haven't indicated that it won't be there in September.
well, I just thought it was gonna be, I thought at one time it was gonna be July, then they moved it to Labor Day weekend, and it don't really matter, I just wondered.
No,
Because, you know, when you go by there and you see no movement, then you wonder.
but they can't do anything
No.
without the toys.
Yeah, you can't put nothing in if you ain't got it. I understand that. No, I was just wondering, but
I tell you what I will do, I've got to call them tomorrow anyway, and I'll get a schedule from them, a good schedule on when they're gonna open that one, and Roman Forest a projected schedule. The Splendor, they ought to be able to identify, because I'm sure they've talked to the manufacturer of these, the toy thing, and they'll know, they'll have a good date. They're not here this week.
I was just curious, you know.
Yeah, but it's been in September.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, and then the update on the city of Roman Forest splash pad?
And we have an executed agreement now between us and Roman Forest, so you should see some construction going on soon. We were at the Roman Forest City Council meeting 2 weeks ago, Liz?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. So they've approved the agreement between the Improvement District and Roman Forest. So that was all executed, and we have all the documents necessary to proceed on that. So should see some construction starting, excuse me, within the next week or two.
Okay. Next item is to,
I have a question about that.
sure.
What was the difference in the cost between both of them?
It's the same.
I think, I think in Roman Forest, there was a longer distance as far as securing water, about a $30,000 distance, or about a $30,000 difference, right, Joe? Somewhere in there, yeah.
It was because we had to put the recycling equipment on one side, that wasn't right up next to the park. It had to be pumped over to the splash pad, which means you had to have a little bigger pump and then have some other stuff, more piping, and that was the difference.
Well, I know that when we started this project, we talked about that we were gonna try to keep the cost of both of them the same. Now all of a sudden, it's costing $30,000 more for one than the other.
It just, you know, and it's a little different layout also because of the site.
I'm just saying, I think we need to offset the price from the Splendora one to this, where they kind of balance out.
But then you lose money, double though, because then we're paying for the extra that we're taking away from them, aren't we? To make the other one match up. Well, I mean, I think they were the same, you just didn't account for that pipe deal. They were the same.
We didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take, I see what you're saying, but if you try to cut them a better deal, then we're just,
Throwing good money after that.
it's gonna cost us more.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, we're getting away from what we started, that we were gonna keep the cost, try to keep the cost the same and try to keep both splash pads basically the same. Now all of a sudden, it's costing $30,000 more to do Roman Forest than.
Well, I think a good way to handle that is, as we do upgrades in the future, we will take that into consideration, and when we go to upgrade on Splendora's, upgrade different than maybe we would Roman Forest, because I don't think that's anything we could recoup right now, but we certainly could in the future.
Well, then Roman Forest, the splash pad is smaller than Splendora.
No, they're the
No,
same
they're the
size.
same.
But they,
Well, that was the whole purpose, was to keep them the same.
but the reason they was, part of the cost there because it wouldn't fit where they originally planned to, so they had to move it.
Same amount of toys and everything, but it's just a different, it's
Okay.
full relief design around the forest. It's probably got about the same area as the long one in Splendora. Everything's pretty much equal, except for that distance between the recycling and the splash pad.
They put it $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think that Splendora would come up with a proposal for $30,000
Splendora got this, Roman Forest got this.
Well,
Well, they're getting the same thing.
That's $30,000.
Well, no, the consumer's getting the same thing.
But it's, you know, the reason is the location of that where we had to put the recycling. It's the topography of the land. There's always gonna be a little difference.
I don't know, I'm just saying, I'm not worried about whatever. I'm saying it's the money.
But we approved this last board meeting.
Two board meetings ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Okay, the next item is to consider the status of the application relative to the grant request for the governor's office and the taking of any action.
So just to let you know, in regards to the program that we were selected for with the governor's office, we have selected 3 different dates. We have one date in Splendora, one in Porter, and one in New Caney to hold sessions informing business owners of the opportunities of growth and financing available for them to expand their business. We partnered together with Lone Star College with a mission, and additionally the Small Business Development Center to conduct these sessions. So over the next few months, there will be 3 sessions that will allow business owners to come in, and we'll have a Small Business Development Center there to conduct those sessions. As far as the training, we'll be there obviously. And then the end resultant, the users will be to push these business owners. We have money for you, but in return, we want you to go through the process of hiring some underemployed individuals that might be either at the college or they might be at the mission, and to provide some employment opportunities for those organizations to these businesses. So that overall, that's the purpose of the program, and we'll start having those sessions in the next month or so. So just so you know, that's kind of where we are. We've got the printed brochure ready to be printed, and then we'll start marketing that. I think, Kelly, didn't we send something out on Facebook already or not?
Yeah, it's on Facebook. I'm
Yeah.
trying to pull it up on my phone right now. But
Yeah, so I think we've already put one notice out on Facebook about the sessions that are coming up, and then we'll have some brochures we're going to start putting out to the community and get it in the spotlight and in the paper some to provide some awareness to the community. So it's going well, and that's kind of where we are with the grant, though. Okay.
Okay,
I
great.
have a question on that. Frank, do we market that directly, like to all the businesses that, you brought in and our folks through the economic development that we've done grants with?
We do.
Do we send that out directly to those guys?
We do. There will be a mailing that'll go out, and then additionally, it will be distributed out to the chamber and then those chamber members, as well as other businesses that are located here. As an example, if y'all recall the agreement we did with Kohl's. So that's really our first agreement. That there's the brochure you see that identifies all the partners. It's got us, SPC, the Mission, Lone Star College, Small Business Development Center, and Lone Star College Employment. Help me, Catherine. The career services, right? Yeah, career services. So they're all identified on there, as well as the governor's office, and so it talks about things, the different seminars that are coming up, and then with it, we've identified businesses that we're providing assistance to and pushing them to hire their employees from the Mission and from the career services group at Lone Star College. And that's the purpose of the program, is to make those linkages and put organizations together. Here's the dates, and we'll send this out to you guys as well. Here's the dates and the locations that we're going to be having the sessions for business owners to come into and to learn about the programs and employment opportunities and financial opportunities for their businesses to grow and expand. So that's how that program all fits together. So just so you know. Do you have any other questions?
Great, thank you. The next item is the status of the application relative to the request for Texas Parks and Wildlife.
And just to let you know kind of where we are there, we've gone through the application process and are looking at doing, if you're familiar with the Valley Ranch area, we're proposing to do an elevated walkway through the vegetation that's around White Oak Creek. If you know where Sam's is on the far end, in the lineup, when you look down the line, on the far end is where Sam's is. And then you get to the trees and the lakes, and that's a natural vegetative area that we're proposing to do a grant with Texas Parks and Wildlife, partnering with Danny. He actually has a landscape architect that's going through the process of doing not necessarily just a walkway similar to what you see in Kingwood, but this would be an elevated walkway to leave all the natural vegetation in that area. So
If you go to Lone Star College Kingwood in our wetlands, we also years ago got a grant with the U.S. Texas Wildlife, and we put in about a quarter to half a mile of granite pathways, and we have 3 elevated boardwalks and an observation deck. So it sounds pretty similar.
yeah, it is. And Danny has these landscape architects engaged to come up with some renderings, and that whole proposal has to be in about another 30 days. So we've been working on it for about a month and a half so far. So that's kind of where we are. Sorry? White Oak Creek, yeah, just across the street here. So that's what we're working through in that grant application. So.
Any questions? Anybody? Okay. The next item is consider casting ballot for election of places 6 through 9 of the Board of Trustees for the Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool. It's a mouthful.
We always put the exciting stuff last. This is by virtue of your being in the Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool. You can participate in the Board of Election of Trustees, and they've sent The ballots for positions 6 through 9, you can vote for one person or you can write in a candidate for each of those if you are interested in doing so. And the ballot's here, and I can tell you the names of the people if you want to vote.
Is it from anybody that's from out here in this area?
I don't know the answer to that.
Personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable voting for anybody I didn't know anything about.
There's, not sure where she's from. There's Manville, Giddings, Rockport, City of Leonard, City of Copperas Cove. Thank you. Mayor of Odessa, Baytown, Warden. You might have to help me with this next one. Helotes. Yes, because.
Is this something that we need to?
No, you don't have to do it.
Well, what is it anyway?
It's a ballot for the Board of Trustees for the Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool.
Do we have our insurance?
Well, they're taking a risk.
Their insurance.
Is there insurance?
So if one of you makes the motion to not
That's what I would.
then it goes
Yes.
away, or if you want, I can give you the 2 names, you can tell me which ones you want to pick for each position.
I personally would like to us to make a motion to not vote in it since we don't know any of the.
Okay, motion we defer.
You want to defer?
No,
You want to defer it, or do you want?
Because then you gotta bring it up.
I was just tabling.
Then, yeah, just say no action, and then we can put it, get rid of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good deal. Okay.
Well, I want to vote for the guy from Leonard.
The last item is to consider matters for possible placement on future agendas. Anybody have anything they want on the agenda?
Yeah, I will mention one thing. Catherine had asked me about, if you guys remember the North Park study plan that's put together in regards to the reconfiguration of North Park and the improvements on there, and maybe having an opportunity. I met with the church director, I talked to him on the phone, and we've met on other occasions, just to have them to come in and put a presentation before you guys to look at, just to let you see what they're doing. So anyway, we'll try to do a workshop at some point in the next few weeks and check with their schedule and see what works. At least you can kind of see the plan and what's incorporated in it and how it changes the traffic flow for that area.
What is it called?
Mobility, it's North Park Mobility Steering Committee, TERS 10 out of City of Houston.
Okay. Is that it? If there's nothing else,
A
then we,
workshop for looking at future building.
I think he's done with this. We'll do that later. Okay, then we will adjourn at 8:34. Thank you all for attending.